I know you're the worrying kind. Is there any way? Or do you like not being found? In time the light will fade. Don't you know I worry about you all the time?
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have this pink glamorous smoky cut crease for you guys. I'm personally really happy with how it turned out. I had something in mind and somehow it turned out exactly the way I wanted it to be. So yes, let's get straight into this video. I hope you guys will enjoy watching. I'm going to start directly with my foundation. I already prepped my skin. I used the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base and I used this new setting spray from Urban Decay. And I can see it really gives me a very radiance effect. And now for my foundation, I'll be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. My all-time favorite foundation. I think this is like my 7th bottle already. And I just freaking love it. I always use around 3 pumps. So I'm going to apply them on my hand. And I'm going to apply it using my Real Techniques buffer brush. And when I have applied like enough product, I'm going in with my beauty blender because I feel like this gives more of a natural finish. Now for my concealer, I'm going in with the Tarte Cosmetics Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Sand. Blending this again in with my beauty blender. Now to set my concealer in place, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit and I'm mixing the shade Banana and Vanilla together. And to apply the powder, I'm using my Sigma F35 Tapered Highlighting Brush. This is my all-time favorite brush for applying powder. Now I'm having a little situation going on over here, so I'm going to use the MAC Studio Fix powder in the number NC30. So I'm taking that same tapered highlighting brush from Sigma and I'm going to apply a little bit of that on the situation. My voice is really annoying. So I'm not going to set my under eyes yet with powder. I only applied powder on my chin, on my nose, on my forehead. This is because I'm going to do a quite dramatic eye look, and if I have set my under eyes already with powder, it's really hard to get rid of the fallout. So I'm just going to keep it this way. When I zoom in on my eyes, you will see some creases, but that's because it's creamy, so it's kind of moving. So don't worry, I will fix that later, but for now I'm just going to do my brows and I'll be right back. So I just quickly did my eyebrows off camera and now I'm going to set my eyes with some eyeshadow primer. Normally I always used to do this before doing my eyebrows, but I noticed that my eyeshadow primer starts creasing while I'm doing my brows. So recently I've been doing this after doing my eyebrows. So I'm going to use my favorite eyeshadow primer, which is the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And I'm going to apply this on my eyelid using a Sigma Kabuki brush, and this is one of their tiny Kabuki brushes. So now I'm applying some shadow shields because I have already applied my foundation and I want to prevent that any eyeshadow will fall on my face. And then the first eyeshadow I'm going in with is by Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Orange Soda. This is one of my favorite eyeshadows for applying in my crease. It's a gorgeous warm color, which will just warm up your whole crease. And it's also a really nice shade that when you have applied like warm brown shades in your crease, but you find the edges too harsh, to kind of use this eyeshadow to go on top of it and blend out the edges. So now the next shade is Simply Marlena by Makeup Geek, which is a pink eyeshadow. If you don't own a pink eyeshadow, then you can use a blush. And I'm going to blend this all over my crease, same as I did with the Orange Soda eyeshadow. and I'm starting in my inner corner area of my crease, and then I'm going more towards my outer corner. I wasn't really sure how it was going to look, so I really tried to first apply a tiny amount of product and just build it up by going back in with more and more product. Then I'm going back in with the orange soda eyeshadow just to make sure that all the edges are well blended out and that there are no harsh lines. You can never blend too much, I guess, so just make sure you go back in with that first shade to make sure that everything looks well blended. Then I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Love Letter eyeshadow. If you own the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, this one is in that palette, so you don't necessarily have to purchase this shade if you already have that palette. Then I'm going in with Beauty Mark, also by Anastasia, which is a very dark brown shade, but it has a soft reddish undertone. And I'm going to press this in my outer V, and once I have like pressed most product on the eyelid, I'm going to blend it a bit more towards my crease area and just all around that area. But I want most of the product to be on the outer edge of my eyelid. And now you can see me blending it more towards my crease. Now to blend it out, because it's quite a hard shade, I'm going back in with the Love Letter eyeshadow and blending that around the edges. This time I'm using a bit more of this shade because I wanted it to be more obvious in my crease, and that's why I'm using more of it. And I'm also going to really focus on the edges where I used the dark brown eyeshadow because I felt like it looked really harsh. Now to make it even more intense, I'm going in with a little bit of black eyeshadow because I just had something in mind and it had to be more smoky, so that's why I'm going in with black. Now it's time for concealer, and I'm going to use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm going to apply it all over my eyelid. Now I'm going to use this gorgeous Inglot pigment in the shade 111, which is a very pretty pink color, and it's quite light, so it's like perfect if you want to use pink shades and you always need like one light shade to make it pop out. Then this is definitely a color that you would like. So I'm pressing that on the beginning part of my eyelid, and then I'm going in with the Inglot pigment in the shade 125. Which is so freaking gorgeous, and I'm applying this in the middle part of my eyelid. I made my brush a little bit wet, which is the MAC 242, and then I applied the pigment, and then I went in with my brush again, and I just tried to slowly build up the color. Then I'm going in with the Love Letter eyeshadow from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm pressing this right next to where I applied the 125 pigments. I don't want like a shiny texture to be all the way to my outer V. I want to kind of get a effect that the eyelid is shimmery and it fades into a matte texture, if that makes sense. So now I'm going in with this dark brown shade and pressing this in my outer V to make sure that the gradient from light to dark looks really great. Then I removed my shadow shield, and now you can see how it looks. I had a tiny bit of fallout on my face. Then I'm going to apply my eyeliner, which is the Inglot Black Gel Eyeliner. I'm not going to show this very in depth because this video is already very long, and I think we all know how to apply eyeliner. I do feel like I need to create a new video where I go a bit more in depth. So now I apply a little bit of the black eyeshadow in my outer V, connecting it with the wing to create a sort of smoky effect. Then for my waterline, I'm going to use the DeBalm Mr. Right pencil, and this is their black pencil. I used it for the first time in my previous video and I really liked it, so you will be seeing me using this palette way more often. And I'm also going to apply it below my upper lashes. So now right below that, I'm going to apply a bit of black eyeshadow, and this is a matte black shade. And I'm pressing this right underneath my lower lash line to make it look even more smoky. So now I'm going to use the Makeup Geek Simply Marlena eyeshadow, and I'm going to use it underneath my lower lash line to blend out that black eyeshadow. And if you're wondering what that white powder is below my eyes, it's the Makeup Forever Super Matte Loose Powder. And I just applied a bit of that to catch up any fallout, because I just reapplied my concealer a little bit because I had some fallout. And this will make sure that that doesn't happen again. So now I'm going in with the Inglot pigment in the shade 111 again. I'm going to apply a little bit of this below my lower lash line, and then mostly at the beginning part. Now for my mascara, I used the NYX Cosmetics Worth the Hype mascara. And for my lashes, I used my lashes from Anytude in the style Wary. And you can see me applying them. I just wanted to include this in this video. I also showed it in my previous video, but I feel like the more often I show this, it might be helpful for you guys if you struggle with how to apply your fake eyelashes. And now you can see how the end result looks of the eye look. So I just finished my eye makeup and I really like how it turned out. It's so pretty and sparkly. So I'm now going to do my lips because I feel really bold without anything on my lips. And the first product I'm going in with is the MAC Strip Down Lip Pencil, and I'm going to slightly overdraw my lips. My upper lip isn't very big and that's fine, but I do like whenever I apply lipstick that it's slightly looking bigger, so I overdraw them slightly. Now I'm going in with the lipstick Peach Stock by MAC. On top of that, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Undressed Lip Gloss, just to give my lips a little bit more shine. So now to bronze and contour my face, I'm going in with the Makeup Geek Sun Kissed Bronzer. And this is my current favorite. I really like how it applies and it's easy to build up, and I guess that's what I like about it. Like sometimes when you apply a bronzer, it's too heavy, and this one is just a really sheer, if that makes sense, but buildable. And somehow I feel like it looks really natural. And if I go on top of it with a slightly darker bronzer, it looks even more amazing. So I just want to quickly talk about my previous video. It was my first talk through video and I was really overwhelmed with all the lovely comments I received. Like, it just made me so happy that people like commented that they were really proud of me, that I stepped out of my comfort zone. And seriously, you guys have no idea how much it means to me, like that there are people that are proud of me and supporting me. It's just amazing and I'm so thankful. Like, sometimes it just feels like you all are my friends, even though I don't know you guys, but I would love to get to know you more better. You guys know a lot about me, but I don't really know a lot about you guys, and I would love to know like more. So just so you know, you can always add me on Snapchat. I'm not super active over there. I do share like sneak peeks of eye looks that are going up on my YouTube channel. So if you want to know like what is coming, then it's cool to like keep an eye on my Snapchat. So now to warm up my face a little bit more, I'm going in with the MAC Mineralized Skin Powder in the shade Medium Deep. And I'm taking my Morphe R7 brush, which is a big fluffy brush. I'm just dipping my brush in it. I'm not going to apply too much of this product, I just want like a little bit of a warm sheen going on, if that makes sense. Also, don't forget about your ears, especially because I use fake tan on my body, so when I would do like my foundation in the same tone as my body and I will forget about my ears, it looks really weird. So I always apply a lot of bronzer on my ear just to kind of make it in balance. Oh yeah, for those who wonder, I'm watching that way because I have my mirror standing there, so I don't want you guys to think like, why isn't she looking in the camera, but I'm looking in my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. And by the way, this powder was recommended by a makeup artist from MAC Cosmetics. They invited me a while back to do my makeup by one of their pro artists, and the artist was using the powder that I'm using right now. This one, the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder in Medium Deep. And I asked her like, why are you using that powder? And she told me like that's just the perfect shade for light skin to warm it up. And I was like, okay, because I normally use the Give Me Sun, which is this one. I'm not sure if you can see it really well on camera. This is the Give Me Sun, and this is the one that I use, the Medium Deep. And the Give Me Sun has just slightly more orange in it, which always made me look really orange. Especially when the sun isn't shining, it looked like ridiculous. So she said like, yeah, it's better to use the Medium Deep because it has less orange in it, but still it will give you like a warm bronzy effect. So if you struggle with the Give Me Sun bronzer, you might am going to like this one. Now to highlight my face, I'm going to use the Dose of Colors Desi and Katy Fuego highlighter. And I think this is my favorite highlighter. It's so pretty, and it sucks that it's like a limited edition. At least that's what I'm thinking. I think it's limited edition, I'm not sure. But I really hope they're making it permanent, because there's something about the texture that makes your skin look so amazing. You know, sometimes when you have like a situation going on your skin and you apply highlighter on top of it, it makes it look extra bad for somehow, because it highlights your breakouts. But with this one, it makes your skin look so nice, and I don't own any highlighter like this that does that. So I really hope they make it permanent. Maybe we should start a petition. No, it's really great. So if you somehow can get your hands on it, I would really suggest you to get your hands on it, because it's so gorgeous. Now for my blush, I'm going to use the Dose of Colors Blush Like You Minted from the Mint For You collection. And this one is in the color Statement. I wanted to go for a peachy blush, and then I was like, wait, everything is pink. So I think it's better to go for something pink so everything matches. I also wanted to use a pink highlighter, but I totally forgot. So I'm going to apply it on top of this one, because I think it will give a very cool effect. So now I'm going to use a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora Glow Kit, and I'm using the shade Lyra. I'm going to apply a little bit on top of my highlighter, because this has such a gorgeous sheen to it, which I feel like matches more with my eye look. It's a really unique color. It's like peachy golden, but also it looks somehow pink. I don't know, it's really pretty. I just quickly changed my clothes, and I'm going to apply the Lyra highlighter from the Glow Kit on my cheekbones. Not my cheekbones. Whatever this is called, I'm going to apply the highlighter on it. So I was just wearing my PJs the whole time I was filming, but for some reason I just really like when I'm filming a video to be like very comfortable, if that makes sense. And that's also the reason why I'm wearing a bun, because I just really like to have like all my hair out of the way. It just feels more comfortable doing my makeup this way. And yeah, just a little side note. So I've never shared this before, but I have a huge obsession with perfume. So from now on I will be sharing which perfume I'm going to wear, like in what situation. And it always has to do something with my mood, like how I'm feeling. But I feel like if I would wear something like this, I would wear a very intense, sexy fragrance, if that makes sense. So I'm going for the Chloe Eau de Parfum, and this is the Love. I believe it's called Love by Chloe, I'm not sure. And you can see I've used a lot of this, but it's so nice. If you like warm fragrances, then I think you would love this. So yes, this is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really happy with how the eyes came out. I think it's really pretty, and I think this is definitely something that I would wear again. There's something about pink eyeshadows which I just really like. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. That would be really helpful for my channel. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!
What we don't know isn't worth a dime, and we nail them all. I know you're the one.